Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. This is a special report, it is our Q&A report, and this is for being recorded on August the 16th, 2016, Tuesday. And I figured what better background for the video than looking at a intraday chart of the silver futures. So let's jump right into it, see how many of these questions we can get answered. Keep in mind that if I do not read your comment or answer your particular question, we can use this video for our next installment of Q&A. So in your comments for this video, if your questions did not get addressed in this video, just go ahead and make a comment at the bottom of this one, and I'll take all the comments from this video to do the next video. All right, sound fair enough? Okay. All right, I figured I would deal with I call them the elephant in the room first. First and foremost, I want to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. I will say that I have the best subscribers on the planet. Some of the most brilliant, smartest people follow this channel. And I do realize that the same people follow a lot of the same channels. You know, even I subscribe to a lot of people. I love listening to Peter Schiff and Mark Faber and, guys like that. The OGs of the business, so to speak. They've been around a lot longer than me. Some of them are way older than me, old enough to be my dad or granddad. And I'm not a young dude myself. So, with that being said, let's jump right in. Okay. First comment is from I'm a Man. He says, dude, I like your videos and your take on the market, but you really need to create an outline before you make one of these videos. He was referring to my last video series titled There Is No Collapse. The video link in the description to that playlist is in the bottom of this video description. You include too much meta info and rehash identifying what you are going to prove. You start to sound like one of those the 10 things you need for the collapse hustle ads. I don't think you are trying to hustle, but you could be much more concise. Well, I'll say this. I never use outlines when I make videos. I just go from the heart. I speak from the heart. I don't try to, create an outline and all this stuff. Now, I do make notes to myself so that I remember to address certain things, but I don't really have a script. And I don't really think you guys want me to have a script because then I'd sound, mechanical. And I don't think you want to listen to a robot unless you want to check out some of my famous Vulcan Report cartoons, which you can see the link of the playlist for that too on the channel. I just went ahead and arranged that yesterday. I thought some of the new subscribers will get a kick out of that. There's a lot of humor in those. I really had fun playing around with that technology when it came out a few years ago. They were doing it here on YouTube for free, and so I just took advantage of it and just played around, had fun with it. I think you'll like a lot of them though. They crack me up, and I'm the one that made the videos. All right, moving on to the next one. Let's see. This one is from JMC. He says this guy will be attacking V, the Vulcan, a dialectic enemy, to draw you over to his other channel as well. These guys all network together. Fact. All right. First of all, I have no idea what or whom you are referring to. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Never been on his show. So I don't know what you're talking about. And no, I don't attack people in my YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, what I would also suggest for a lot of you new subscribers, please take time and check out the W.A.N playlist here on my channel, and that's the Wide Awake News playlist. These are my archive interviews with the late great Charlie McGrath. Amazing man. For those of you who've never heard him or knew anything about his show, he was just an amazing guy, and we had some amazing interviews. A lot of the things that were said, they were said during the breaks, and we had to remember to rehash it when we're recording live. So I think you'll get a lot of information from those past interviews. A lot of that stuff proved to be prophetic that we talked about, and it's really uncanny. I think you guys will really get a better understanding of who I am and where I'm coming from on a lot of different issues and subjects. So take the time out and listen to those broadcasts. I think you will get a better understanding of who I am. All right, let's see. The next one is from Night Flyer. It says, "It is good to be suspicious these days, but you can take it too far," referring to JMC's thing, and that's true. I mean, healthy skepticism is a good thing. Let's see. Paul Barrett Alexander Technique says, "I like Mawson Resources MAU, very high grade gold deposit found near the surface." Well, let's pull it up. MAW. Let's see. Have not heard of that one. It seems like there are just hundreds of tickers for the gold and silver miners, and I don't have the time in the world for to track every single miner and over the counter stock. And just for the record, I absolutely hate and abhor penny stocks. I hate and abhor penny stocks. You will not see me pump, push, or dump or support penny stocks on this channel. I just don't like them. I don't trade them. I never have traded them, and I always recommended people away from them. I believe that stocks are the most precisely priced mechanisms on the planet, and their prices reflect what they should. So if something's selling for, 5 cents, there's probably a reason that it's 5 cents. All right. I don't say that's an undervalued stock because it's 5 cents. I say it sucks, or like in the original Wall Street movie, that's wood. Don't bring me no wood. That stock is not in play. It's dead. I don't want to hear about it. When it gets above a buck, then we can talk, or near a buck, then we can talk. You know, of course there are exceptions to every rule, but let's keep it real. um, there are some shares that I covered the other day on the video. I think it was like a 79 cent. I think it was a silver miner or one or gold. I can't remember. A silver miner or gold miner. It was like 79 cents. And it looks good and it's well supported. It has a lot of volume, good liquidity. So I'll talk about those. So that's cool. But like I said, there's exceptions to every rule. I know from past experience, I knew some guys that got paid a lot of money to pump penny stocks. These companies would pay these guys ridiculous amounts of money to pump these penny stocks. Now, if I was just in it for the money, I mean, let's keep it real. If somebody said, "I'm going to give you $100,000 to pump this penny stock," you know good and well you do it. So don't even front. Don't come on my channel fronting like everybody on my channel is filthy, stinking rich, and you can't use an extra $100,000. Some of the richest people I know would take an additional $100,000 if you gave it to them. Okay, so let's not front. So yeah, people have a price. Yeah, you could find yourself in a situation where you may need to do some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You may be paid to push something, and I mean, it's just, it is what it is. But that's where intelligence comes in. I mean, if someone's being paid to pump something, then they can't really be too you know real in what they're saying, because they're being paid to say it. It's nothing wrong with that within its proper context, but you should disclose too if you have positions and stuff, in something. And the true definition of a pump and dump is for you. For example, let's say, let's take a good one. Let's take Pretty Ricky. I just love that stock. I don't know why, and I'm not even in it. All right, let's say I had 1,000,000 shares or whatever, Pretty Ricky, right? Rich Mount Mining, and let's say, I'm pumping it every day because I got 1,000,000 shares in it. Well, of course. Now, back on the street, we would call that talking your book. All right, whatever position you were in, you would talk it up. The first reason you would do it, to encourage yourself, because you're exposed in a particular market. The second reason you do it, because you hope that other people will jump in and help push the thing in the direction you like for it to go. I mean, let's keep it real. All right, that's called talking your book. But it's all in penny stocks. They call it pumping and dumping, because what they would do is you would have a position a hefty position in these penny stocks, and you would try to get as many people on board pushing up the price. And before they caught wind of it, you would hurry up and liquidate your stuff while they still stuck in it, while the price is crashing. Now, that's illegal. Front running and is also illegal. Front running is a little bit different, but front running is where if you have fiduciary responsibility over accounts and you put your trades in ahead of theirs. That's front running. You can't do that. That is illegal. And you know, on the equity side of things, you could possibly go to jail. On the commodity futures side of things, you won't go to jail, but you can face fines and sanctions. And in forex, it's the wild, wild west. They do whatever they want to do. All right, so hopefully that answers that question. Ma is not pulling up for some reason. I don't know what the problem is. It's just been spinning and thinking, so it's annoying me. So when I get a chance, I will try to answer the ticker symbol MAW for you. Let's just pull back up. Well, we had silver. Let's do gold now. Let's pull up the gold. I don't like looking at a spinning, thing. Okay. So let's go on to the next question here. Okay, there's your gold now. This is an intraday chart. I like the 4-hour charts. Okay. Let's see. The next one, Latro Genie Wiley 9 says it's not V. V is white. Okay. So let's deal with that once again. I am not Caucasian. To be perfectly honest with you, I am. I'm a mutt. I'm a mixture of quite a few things. I am Arab, Asian, British, and West Indian, if you must know. Okay. All right. Moving on. Okay, then Latro Genie Wiley 9 says disagree. When the overall market crashes, it will take the miners with it. It will be completely risk off, baby out with bathwater. When that settles is where you want to buy the miners. Bullion might dip, but not like the miners will. I went through this in 2008 and don't think it has changed. Okay, well, let's deal with that. It's true that when markets turn, we don't always need to have a reason for the markets to crash and burn or even rally for whatever reason. Markets can remain irrational a lot longer than most people can stay solvent. Okay, so that's true. But see, that's not the nature of the game. That's not how you play it. All right. I know a lot of people struggle with this, but let me explain to you why we engage in the paper markets. All right, for those of you who are hoarding physical gold and silver, as a matter of fact, to be quite honest with you, anyone who does not have at least some physical gold and silver, I'm not being disrespectful, but you're probably either stupid or you just don't understand money or you don't have the money to purchase it. So it has to be one of those. But like I said, most of my subscribers on this channel and anyone who follows most of the financial type channels are really brilliant people, and most of you guys have this. Some of you, I understand you don't have the money to do it or whatever, but just to say you don't care is stupid. Everyone knows that gold and silver is money and nothing else. It's been currency for 5,000 years or more. It's money. All right, it just is. Okay, it's precious. Kings have been buried with it going back to antiquities. Gold and silver is money. All right, it's talked about in the Bible ad nauseum. It's money. All right, we don't have to debate it. It's a fact. It's money. I don't care what anyone at the Fed says. It's money. All right, moving on. Let's see here. This one is Daryl Catay or Catay. I just listened to V, the Guerrilla Economist. Okay, so that's who V is, the Guerrilla Economist. Okay, and V and Des, I'm Dex though, DEX, are not the same person. Correct. I am not he. He is not me. I don't know the man. Never met the man. Never spoke to the man. So I don't know who he is. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to him just so I can figure out. I like to subscribe to a lot of different people and things like that, so I'll check it out for myself and see what's up. Okay, and then let's see here. Night Flyer says V from Rogue Money. It is not him. Dex is black. V is not. A lot of people here are either too suspicious or tone deaf. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Just keeping it real with you. I always thought I was mad ghetto, to be honest with you. Um, I don't speak the Queen's English. You know, I'm a hood dude. I'm from the street. I'm from D.C. So I don't pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm just me. So I don't try to change my voice. I don't do impersonations. I can't do impersonations to save my life. So I can't change my voice. I've tried. Lord knows I have. I just can't. I'm just me. I don't care who likes it or who don't. I just do me. I don't have time for games. You know, life is too short for all this foolishness. All right. Mike Malfador says if he doesn't own any mining shares at the moment, when will he? That is a darn good question. Hence the weekly pulse waves. I ride the weekly pulse waves. That's when I trade. The pulse waves get me in and out of the market. It's that simple. If my trades are not triggered, then I'm not in the market. I don't care if weeks go by or months go by. If I'm not in, I'm not in. I don't chase markets. I don't chase price. I let price chase me. That is the difference between trading and investing. From an investor standpoint, you really don't care. If you like something and you've done your homework on it, you just buy it. And then you hold it forever, hoping that it makes you a profit. I do not invest. I do not hold anything forever. The only thing that I hold forever is physicals. You hold physical gold and silver forever. You do not hold the paper forever. You trade the paper. The paper is your revenue generating source. You would be a fool to deny getting into the paper markets. Yes, the paper markets are rigged. Yes, including the mining shares. All right? Mining stocks are rigged too. Gold and silver, if they trade on the exchange, they are exposed to some sort of market pressures and manipulation. Remember the May the 6th flash crash, all right, of 2010. All right, everything for the most part went to zero before they corrected it. Everything went down. Everything. Simultaneously, they brought down the market. That was a test to see if the new infrastructure worked. I addressed that. I addressed that in numerous videos. Some of you who are new to the channel, you have a lot of homework to do. You need to go and check out some of my previous videos explaining certain things. A lot of my market calls are still on the channel. I have not taken down any of my videos. I haven't taken down any of my blog posts. Everything's there, the good, the bad, the ugly. All that's there. I don't take down my stuff. I stand by what I say. I stand by my market calls. I don't flip-flop on that. All right? If I tell you that the system is saying go long at the S&P at this price this week, then that's what it says. That's what it means. I'm not going to go long, get filled, get my face ripped off, and then go back and delete it and say I never said go long. That's a lie. Okay, that's not being honest. As a trader, you have to be honest. You have to take the good with the bad, and you don't win every trade. Some trades you get stopped out, things like that. But that's why you don't chase the market. You know, you have to stick to your system, and you let the market take you in and out of a trade. It's just that simple. So I will get into the minors when the trades get triggered. That's why you have the pulse waves that I put out every week. That gives you what those price inflection points are, as well as the stop losses too. Um, Little history. Back in the day, back on the old school message boards, like the Yahoo message boards, and there were quite a few others, man. It was the Wild Wild West. It was off the hook. And a lot of some of that stuff you can still find. It's still in existence on the internet. We had these little trading room things too, and we would call off our trades in real time, man. Dudes from all over the world, some of the top traders all over the world, and we have little competitions and stuff. And the way to play is you had to call your trades out in real time, and you had to give a stop loss. You could not call out a trade without a stop. And we would get into heated debates and arguments sometime, and we would pull up time of sales on at the exchanges and stuff, and debate to see whether or not a person got filled on a trade and things like that. And battles will break out and be like, okay, fine, show me your account statements. You can black out your name and personal information, but show us the account statement showing what you got filled at this price. And it was just hilarious. But just so you know, there used to be a saying that anyone could call the market and stuff like that. That's not true. Back in the go-go 90s, yeah, anybody could call the market. They actually did scientific experiments, with animals and monkeys and stuff, showing, letting them pick things on the Wall Street Journal and see what would happen. And of course, it went up. It was the most savage bull market of all time. So of course, anyone could have picked a stock and made money back then. So suffice to say, the best way to trade is to stick to what works. All right. So I see this video is getting long, so I'm guess I'm gonna have to do a part 2 here because you guys have some amazing questions. I want to be able to deal with the ones that I picked out here. I think these need to be discussed first. So, all right, this is the first installment. We'll get right into it on the second installment.